Hey, what's going on YouTube? Just a little update to where we're at right now with the Xray build. Getting it there. It's been a little process in the build, but man, I don't even want to talk about it no more. I'll go ahead and let you watch the video and see where we're at with it. All right? I'll see you after the video. All right, I'm out. All right, YouTube. So what you think? It's all getting there, right? So let me see, give you some close-up pics of it right now. See how it sits, and you know, we'll go from there. All right, so here we are, YouTube. This is the Xray as it stands right now. Like I said, the build is pretty cool. There's a couple areas that I had a couple problems with, as you saw in the video. I don't know if you even noticed because it was going so fast, but you know, like a couple places in general, there was a spot where I put the front and rear, I mixed up on the chassis, and it was on there, but then I fixed it, and it kind of was like a quick glimpse of it, and then it was fixed. So if you weren't paying attention, go back and look at it, and you can see where I messed up on it. Another thing on the build, fluids. Like I said, it ain't part of the video, but on, you know, as I was building this thing, they give the exact amount of fluids you need for it. So if you mess up, you know, hopefully you got a bag of fluids or got some fluids on hand. And that's for everything. Shocks, the diffs, all that. They give the exact amount that you need for this whole build. If you mess up or anything, you're not going to have enough to continue with it. So you'll have to get some more. Another thing I noticed on the front drive cups, out drive cups. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to get the focus in a little bit, but right there. Once you assemble your differential, you check your side-to-side play, and more than likely you probably got to add diff shims to it. And with that front cup, with that little lip on it like that, you're not gonna be able to get the diff shim on it. So I've noticed that some people go back and take the actual housing apart and the diff apart, and then add the shims, put it all back together, and then see if that works. But I wasn't about to do that. So what I did was I just cut a slit with some snips. Cut a slit in each one of the two diff shims I used on the gear side, the spur gear side, and just slipped it over top of that little lip there, and didn't have any problems after that. I mean, it just closed back up. The shimming was perfect. It was good to go. You don't have that problem back here on the rear diffs. Trying to see if I can get a good pick of that. Let me turn on some light. There we go. Yeah, for some reason the rear outdrive cups are flush. I mean, just like don't have that lip on it. I mean, it's similar to the center ones. So don't know why they did it, but that's what they did. But you know, other than that, what else was up with this build that I had a little bit of issues with? The plastic, what do they call them? The lower control arms, the lower arms has these little push out inserts in the front and in the rear. In the manual, they tell you to go to like a 1, but they want them pointed towards the inside. Well, inside this manual, let's see if I can find it. Inside this manual, there it is. So right here in the manual, they have you using the inside locations for front and rear of the front suspension. Well, they also add like a supplementary sheet for this thing, a correction. It's actually supposed to be towards the outside, one of the outside locations. So if you're doing this, don't miss this step of it. If not, you can see in the video I had to take this whole front suspension back off, which is cool. Wasn't that bad. You know, I got a little bit of practice, I guess, for when I end up going out and running. So wasn't bad at all. But you know, don't miss that step. Another part of the build that I really was not aware of, this is the first time I ever came across this, was the brake pads. You actually had to make these. You actually had to scuff up the metal part of it, and then apply CA glue to the brake pads, and then glue it together. And needless to say, you know, I got my fingers stuck together a couple times doing that because it's so small. I put a little. You could probably see that in the video, but you know that was pretty cool. I've never done it before, and I think that we'll find out if it lasts. I might end up having to go with the performance ones for it. But what else do we have? Any other issues with this? Not yet. Those are the main issues I had with the build. Other than that, everything went together as planned. Used the calipers a lot for this build, and made sure everything was right first time, or the second time, or the third time. But here it is, right as of now. I guess we can spin this around so you can see both sides of this thing. Looks good. Like I said, I can't wait to get an engine on this thing. Take it out. Take it through its steps, take it through its motions. But so I got to finish up on the radio tray and deciding what engine I'm gonna put inside this thing. I think I'm gonna go with the 28.8 that I have in the Losi. I think I'm gonna take that out and then put that in there, and then I'll put something else in the Losi. I got something else in the works for the Losi, but I think this is gonna kit the 28.8 for now, at least until I get my money back up, so I can go ahead and get a more track type motor for this thing, something that I can actually use at the track. I think the 28.8 might be a little too much for this thing at the track anyhow. So here we're at. This is where we are with it. Just want to let everybody know, see where we're at. Like I said, this is part 1 of the build, and I'll have another video set up for part 2 with the conclusion, basically, which will have the engine and the radio installed, and then I guess I'll go ahead and get a body for this thing. Like I said, RC8 body is supposed to fit it, so I think I'm gonna go with the lead finger body for it. But like I said, I guess that'll be another body when I do unboxing, when I get that painted, and I gotta order that first, but we'll see. But this is it. What you guys think? Let me know. Alright guys, out.